Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages. Last episode, Maverick got the 4th Essence of Time from the Skull Dungeon, and with the acquisition of that essence, the Maku Tree starts to remember more. Maku Tree has a feeling that the 5th Essence of Time is located in the ridge to the north of Naru's house. But before Maverick is going to go investigate that ridge, he's going to investigate other parts of the world using that switch hook that he got in the 4th dungeon. That switch hook is going to allow him to start this little mini quest here that allow him to get the level 2 sword, the Noble Sword. It's going to be a really good upgrade for him. Not only does it double his attack power, but the Noble Sword can also destroy items like signposts and pots. So you won't necessarily have to switch to the power bracelet to pick up pots and destroy them in dungeons or on the overworld or in houses. So it saves some inventory management time. And another bonus of the Noble Sword is at full hearts, it shoots little beams out. I miss the sound and smell of the sea. Let's give a sea ukulele. That ukulele has the spirit of the sea in it. That smell, that sound. That's good of you to respect your elders, kids. I see you on some adventure. Well, I give you something old. This is the hero's sword that a great hero gave my ancestors long ago. Sadly, as you see, it's broken. Hey, it's broken. What's that? It's broken? What a great sound. But remember what Patch said when he restored the tuning nut for us? He said that, hey, if you find anything else broken, come back. So now we can head back to Patch's place, and we can have him repair the broken sword. It's going to be we're going to be forced to take part in another one of those rituals. It's going to be a little bit harder. It's going to actually have 2 waves of enemies to defeat, but the prize is well worth it. But before we head there, just doing this little out-of-the-way trek to farm another Gasha tree that I planted. Go grab this guy. I'm gonna have to go start planting some more Gasha trees then. I have quite a bit of seeds. I'm gonna have to buy more seeds then too, probably from Maple Shop and other things I have to buy. I'm gonna be picking up a lot of rupees. I gotta buy some rings and some seeds from that shop in the city, because I have to buy out all that guy's inventory for him to start that treasure chest mini game where you like to choose a treasure chest, and the prize of that one, if you get it right 3 times in a row, is more rings. So really a way to off-screen getting a bunch of rings. So let's head to Patch's place. I have to jump through some time quite a few times here. Try to take out as many enemies as possible as well, because some of the screens have a lot of enemies, so it's a good opportunity to meet Maple, especially with Maverick here having the Maple's ring. Allows him to meet Maple after defeating 15 enemies. A nice ring that he has there. Now we can get that nice sword. And Maverick's doing well. He's getting this Noble Sword much earlier than his brother Data gets it. Then Data also has a nice ring. He got that green ring that increases his damage and decreases the amount of damage he takes. So his sword is basically almost doing Noble sword damage. So rings are just random, you know, what you find, what you don't find. I mean, there's some rings that you can only get in certain places that aren't random, but in terms of the rings that you pick up from Maple, from Gasha seeds, you know, they're all random. You know, there's a set list of them, but you know which one you're going to get whenever you harvest a seed or run into maple. Well, good. Even though she remembers, she keeps coming back. She keeps carrying a bunch of rings and stuff. No rings that time, but I said eventually we'll get to that. When you clear out that inventory shelf, we'll have that mini game, and that's a good way to get rings. So I'll probably just off screen getting a whole bunch of rings and. So this is those screens, 3 screens in a row with 10 enemies, which is 2/3 of the way to getting a new maple encounter. So we're gonna get one pretty soon here again. One more right before we hit the restoration wall and get that noble sword. I mentioned earlier the noble sword can break signs, which is good because that's a ring that you can get if you break 100 signs. You get the sign ring. So the noble sword basically makes that ring possible to get. And let's dig up some more rupees while we're waiting for Maple here. That's another ring, the rupee ring. You can get that when you, as a symbol of getting 10,000 rupees. We're still a long way away from that. Like I said, if you're doing the linked game and you're playing both games one after another, you'll probably just get that in time. Another one you get just in time just from playing the games is the Beast Ring, which you get from defeating 1,000 enemies. It's a good thing the game keeps track for you. You don't have to worry about it. Alright, almost at the restoration wall. And we'll get to visit our friend Patch again. The restoration ceremony is going to be basically the same as the last one, only instead of just one group of enemies, we're going to have to take out 2 groups of enemies. But it's played the same way, so let's go play that game. I haven't seen you in a while. If you come all the way up the wall, you must need something fixed. But my delicate ceremony is more difficult now. Do you wish to try? Sure. And we wish him to restore that broken sword. Let's give it a try. Let's follow Mr. Patch down. And we'll use the same strategy as before. We're just going to try to group the enemies so we can knock most of them down the hole at the same time. Let's see, we have 2 groups now of 4. Keep our eye on the button. Once the cart passes, we can go back to knocking enemies in. Here we got a bunch. Alright, so first 4 are down, and we got these 4 to take care of. Like I said, you want to try to get them all taken care of roughly the same time. Otherwise, like a new one will spawn in to replace the old ones. Whew, and we got them. Woohoo! My ceremony succeeded. You are talented. You got through this trap or ceremony. Here's your broken sword. As good as news. As usual, I am perfect. The sacred noble sword. Bring me anything else that needs fixing, and I'll prepare my trap or ceremony. Well, thank you, Mr. Patch. You see those right there. We can destroy pots with the swing of the sword. The sword beam that the noble sword shoots out, it's as powerful as basically the wooden sword. So it's half as powerful as the actual striking with the blade of the sword, but it's just as powerful as the previous sword that we had. So now that I have 300 rupees, I can go back and buy something from this store that I was mentioning earlier that I'm going to eventually want to buy everything from. create that little mini game. Let's go buy some more stuff. So now we can start buying rings and gacha seeds. The gacha seeds will get more expensive. I think the next one is 500 rupees. So, yep, there it is, 500 rupees. So maybe off screen, like I did previously, I will just have fun digging up a whole bunch of screens. I usually go back in the past. I pointed out a long time ago when I first got the shovel. There's that screen right above the entrance to the Black Tower, where there's not a lot of the screen is pretty empty, which means there's more places to dig dirt. So there's signs, like I said, there, we'll destroy the signs. And now we're going to head up that ridge, which we're going to find out is the home of the Goron race. Hey, more soft soil, let's plant. And here are the Gorons, they're having a little bit of trouble here. This is the home of the Gorons. It's terrible, the Goron elder has been buried alive under some rocks. What do we do? Gotta free him. Help, hurry. The elder will die if we don't hurry. If only we had a bomb flower. The elder is buried alive, but Gorons alone can't dig him out. If we had the legendary bomb flower, we could blast the rocks away. Well, looks like we're going to have to, go find the bomb flower. Unfortunately, the bomb flower does not exist in the past. And right now, the way that the timeline is set, there's trouble keeping it from growing in the future. So just showing off this little area here. Let's head on in. So it looks like they removed the rocks sometime in the past. Save the Goron Elder. I wonder if Maverick had anything to do with that. Well, let's find out. So we got a bunch of winding passages here. There's a secret here. Really hard to find. But there we go. You did a good job finding my hiding place. And this we're going to get a special ring. We'll get it appraised later. I'm going to walk around here a little bit. So these passages can be a little bit confusing. Some weird building suddenly appeared here on the rolling ridge. Some guy called the Great Moblin built it, but it's in our way. Oh, the Great Moblin is back. A young boy brought bomb flowers to Rolling Ridge. Thanks to him, bomb flowers are now the product that makes Rolling Ridge famous. Young little rat who did that? Let's talk about the Great Moblin there. Data already ran into the Great Moblin outside of Sunken City in Holodrum. So let's head up this staircase here. Another Goron here. Ever since that big pig, the Great Moblin, came, we haven't been able to grow the Goron's famed bomb flowers. Well, it looks like we have a little quest here. So this room just basically tells us that above there is a piece of a heart container. And that's basically your clue that when we get up to this level here, to bomb the wall. This wall, though, is kind of, you see there's a little bit of a clue there. Rolling Ridge is in uproar now with the Great Moblin here. Ooh. And we get another piece of heart. I think that gives us a full heart container. Nice. I think that makes one heart container. And now let's head on outside. We saw the exit to the cave over here. And we can go check out the Great Moblins. A bunch of Moblins around here. I guess that makes sense. I want to go get rid of the Great Moblin, but I can't roll fast enough to get there. Long ago, on top of this ridge, there was a tree that had seeds that made you go fast. Even a Goron could roll at great speeds. I'll have to come back there and hit that button. I don't know why I didn't hit that time. But yeah, we don't need the seeds to get past that little section there. But in the past, right here on this screen is where we can find the seed for the Pegasus seeds. And we're going to need them to get past the floor in the Great Moblin's keep there. Great Moblin's Palace. It's basically a trap when we go in there. The floor will start collapsing and we're not fast enough to overcome the floor speed. There's where the 5th dungeon is, but I saw this the key is it's locked with a key. Wonder where we're gonna get that key from. Yeah, so yeah, nope, not fast enough to beat the floor collapsing. So we're getting in this little area here. Just time the fireballs. They look like they come down in groups of 3 on the right. So after the 3rd one, just scoot on up. I'm going to take this ladder here. It takes us to another ring. And then the actual exit is to the south. I'm going to have to swim through a little bit more of the water there, the cheeps. Got a few more rings. And let's head down. Like I said, now we have to just go to the bottom of this screen. And we have another screen to navigate before we can get out of the Great Moblin's castle or palace. I guess it's appropriate that we need bombs to get out of the Great Moblin's palace since he's fond of bombs. He's going to be like another mini boss, just like how he was for Data. But it's going to be a little bit different. When you do a linked game, we actually run into him again. He transfers over from one location to the other. So we'll see him again. But in order to get past, like I said, we're going to need those Pegasus seeds, which apparently used to grow on Goron Mountain here, Rolling Ridge, in the past. Luckily for us, there is a warp point over to the right. First, I'm gonna head back here, get this treasure chest. Some more rupees. That's nice. Because we need those rupees to eventually buy out that shop and eventually get that the rupee ring for 10,000 rupees. Bombs are a good source of enemies to defeat to summon Maple. And speaking of Maple, here she is, right on time. Let's see if we get another ring off of her or something. Nope. She's being very stingy with rings. Well, like I said, we'll eventually we'll keep running into her. Eventually we'll get all the rings that we can. So there's the portal to go back to the past. And that's what we'll be doing in our next episode here. But first let's just heal ourselves up here. Check out if there's anything in these bushes here. Sometimes you get some rupees or seeds. And let's save our game here, and then we'll start here in the next episode and head back to the past, see if we can get those Pegasus seeds, and then get rid of the Great Moblin, and take care, have a good one, see you then, bye.